Welcome back to Over the Moon. Today we have special guests with Pam and Nate. Nate, you want to take it away?
Absolutely. Like you said, welcome back to Over the Moon. We've been gone for a little bit, but we're definitely excited to be back. As you know, I'm Nathan. I have Pam with me today.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest, as you said, Gabe, who is our food salesman. So
I appreciate you guys inviting me, and I look forward to it. I've watched the first couple, and they're very good. So
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank
doing
you.
great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
well, we're definitely excited you made some time for us today so that everybody gets to see a little backside of how things work.
Right,
so
right.
it's always
Behind the curtain.
interesting.
Yes.
So, Pam, since he's
my guy,
Yes.
and you're trying to run the show, I'll take over now.
sounds good to me.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Gabe, they just want to know a little bit about you. Have you always been in food service?
So no, I went to college at Missouri Southern, and I played baseball out there. And when I got out of that, I got into the beer business, which is route sales.
Right.
So I started off route sales, which is basically what we do in food sales. It's route sales. So I've basically been in route sales since I've been 21. So
Wow.
I was in the beer business at 21. On my birthday, I was driving a beer truck. So that was my 21st birthday.
Wow.
I had a beer truck. And so
Yeah.
there's not too many people that can
The
say
other
that.
friends couldn't say
Yeah,
that,
no,
could they?
I didn't get to go out that night, but it was still all right.
Yeah, Gabe,
So-
what are you doing on your 21st birthday? Oh, I'm driving a beer
I'm
truck.
driving a beer truck.
Yeah.
And then I had to get up the next day at 4:30. So, but anyway, and then we went to pre-sale in the beer business, and I had an opportunity to change professions, and I moved over to the food business. Actually, this is starting my 18th year,
Wow.
which is crazy because I was in the beer business for 11 years, and it felt like forever. But in the food business moves so fast that
Right.
it's like I can't believe this is the 18th year. And I think Pam at Josie's was one
Yes.
of my first customers that I ever sold to, and I didn't know what a ribeye loin was. I didn't know what.
What's that, Pam? What's Josie's?
Josie's was the first restaurant here at Prairie Moon when Prairie Moon was just, everybody called it the Little Miami. Mm-hmm. And
Just
it
a
was just
hallway.
like a hallway, but the restaurant was huge. And it was really good,
It
too.
really did it had great food.
Yeah, but it
Great
was
food.
only open like for breakfast and lunch, and then it closed like at 2:00. So, but it was fun. That's where I
Yeah,
started. That's where I started working here.
And that's where we met.
Yes,
So, and
yes.
I thank my lucky stars every day.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I was just about to say, I feel bad for you. So, you said you did alcohol sales and all that before you did food. What got you more interested in going into the food sales side of it versus staying with?
So I had an opportunity to work for another food company. I work for a Springfield grocer today, and that's who you guys partner up with at Prairie Moon. I do appreciate that. And but I had a couple friends that were working at this company, and I got on board, and it's just relationship building. You know, sales is just relationship
Yes.
building, and it's the key of sales is to care. So if I care about my customers, then they're going to take care of me at the end. So that's kind of where I got into the food business that way. Like you say, it's fast-paced industry, and I love that. There's never a dull moment. Now, there's times on Saturdays I'm like, stop.
You
ringing
wish
phone,
for a dull
stop
moment a
ringing
few
phone,
times,
but,
yes.
But all in all, it's a fun business, and what I like about it is I'm learning something new every day. We've got 15,000 products that we stock. Now, then we can buy another 30,000 that's special order. So we have so many products. So it's impossible to know everything. So it's fun. So sometimes I'll be looking up appetizers, and I'll just put APP in, and then I just look down to see if there's anything new. That's actually how we came up with the boudin balls. And Pam was on board with those. And
Yes.
they're delicious, right, Pam?
Yes, they are.
Yes,
They're very
yes.
good. Very good.
So
Very, very good.
There's an odd ingredient to boudin balls, isn't there, Pam? We talked about that the other day.
Yeah, oh, my land's James, the liver.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yes.
So boudin is it's a Cajun. delicacy, I should
Yes,
say.
it's sausage.
And these are very mild. You can make them as spicy as you want. You can make them as, you can kind of, the spice inside of it's really the deal. But yes, they do have rice and some liver in there. And, yeah.
And sausage. And,
But they're they're absolutely delicious. Can you show them?
oh, I can. I can eat one.
Oh,
Shoot.
eat one.
Oh man!
Check
so we
this out.
actually have the food here.
I'm about to say the boudin balls.
They're
since
fire.
They're amazing.
Oh, my land.
It's
They're
the
fire.
everybody's sleeping on them on the menu that hasn't realized they're there. But I'm telling you, the boudin balls. I don't know. They're in competition for like the best appetizer.
And
we
they've got
in my
rice
opinion.
in them.
And what's cool about, and this is what I kind of do in my sales, in my route, I've got 63 accounts that I take care of. And what I try to do, because I've got a lot of places in Miami that are next door to another place, and and same thing. So I
Right.
got to look for new, unique items for each place. Well, that's Prairie Moon's got that. So
Yep.
that's their boudin balls,
Yeah, and
So-
they're good.
and they're delicious.
They're
Right.
delicious.
Come in and try them.
Yes.
Come in
yes.
and try 'em.
I promise you'll love them.
How
If
much-
you don't, something's wrong with you.
How much are they, Pam?
They are $8.99.
Sweet,
Yes.
not too bad.
And you
Yes.
get 8 of them, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're
so
good. So I mean,
Oh
these
yeah.
are about a 2 ounce, 1.5 to 2 ounce.
I'm
boudin
telling you,
ball.
I ordered.
A little further up, Gabe.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Oh, sorry.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's about a 2 ounce boudin ball. So, but they're delicious.
Yeah.
They're great.
I'm telling you, if you come order them yourself, you're definitely leaving with a full lunch just on
Yes.
them alone.
Just on them alone. Yes.
They
They're
are.
very filling. Yes.
And it's very unique flavor too. That
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just unique.
Yeah.
So
Definitely different. You don't find anything like that around here.
no.
Yeah, especially with the ranch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't be sampling them because I'll just want to eat the whole thing. So
Okay.
after the
After the show, you can have
take the
some.
pot.
Okay. All right. We'll
But
do
see
that.
what I really like about that one is like it's got a little bit of a spice at the end,
Right.
But it's not overpowering.
No, it's not
some
like,
get.
oh gosh, I got to have a drink.
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
not like that.
Yeah.
Right. But that was some, draft beer. Do you guys don't have draft beer yet, do you?
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh, you do have draft beer.
Do you
My
not
bad.
walk through the casino?
I
you
do,
just stay in the kitchen?
I do. My bad. Didn't I say that I had 63 places? So it's tough to keep them all straight.
But you should
63.
remember your favorite.
Oh, I absolutely.
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
24/7 access to
That's
my phone,
right.
so you can call
That's
me
right.
anytime.
And boy, do I.
You
I'm
do.
about to say,
Yeah. Which one of your clients has a podcast show? Gabe?
No, Prairie.
yeah, one and only, baby.
Well, that's what I noticed about this is like I work for Springfield Grocer. Springfield Grocer is a family-owned business, and it's been in business since 1865, and which is a long time.
Yeah.
I mean it's a long time, and we're the culture that Mr. Tynes, our CEO and owner, has made for us is kind of what you guys have here. It's a family. You guys are all rowing in the same direction.
Right.
There's no drama or anything like that. If I need something done, we can get it done.
Right.
Same thing here. Every time I come in here, it's just like I go into some kitchens and you can just feel the negative energy.
Right.
And when you come into Prairie Moon, it's fun, and I look forward to coming here.
Everybody's
every week.
joking and
Yeah.
cutting up.
And everybody gets along, and that's what's really cool. It's the culture that you guys have built here,
Right.
and that says a lot about everybody in the building.
Yeah.
Because it takes everybody. I
We
don't care
are
if
kind of
you're
like a
doing-
family.
Yes, and that's the way I look at Springfield Grocers here.
Yeah.
We have our. I wish that would have got done a different way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we all at the end of the day are going for the same goal, and that's to make our customers successful.
Yeah,
I want to go back touch on the subject of when me and Gabe first met. I was working at Josie's. And then I went to work at the Sun. Well, at that time when we met, he was working for a different company.
Oh.
And he left that company when I was at the Sun and went to Springfield Groceries. And at that time, it was a different food and beverage manager other than me. And we kept going with the same company. I said, listen, we got change. This ain't going to work. I said, I run out of something. I call our little salesperson that lives in Tahlequah. And she says, oh, well, I can get it to you next Tuesday. No, I need it today or tomorrow.
Yep.
I said, now, Gabe, when he worked there, I would have it tomorrow. Well, I just can't do that. So I'm like, okay, we got to switch. Finally, I got the approval to go to Springfield Grocery because of Gabe.
And
Gabe takes care of us.
And I do appreciate that. And I think that goes back to my beer days. You know, I had a great first boss. And like I say, when I was 21, I was driving a beer truck. And I walk in and the manager at the time, or the VP of sales at the time, was about 70 years old, and he was an old school beer guy, and he was one that had to wear the jacket and the coat and all this, and he would tell me, just customer service is number one.
Right.
Customer service is number one, and I've carried that throughout my career, and it's made me successful. And here's the thing. You guys need food on time, quality food on time.
Right.
And you need the right stuff on time. That's what we're here for. There's a lot of moving parts to get this food out for your guys' customers. It's a lot, and there's going to be some hiccups, but it's how we address those hiccups and fix them. And when we fix them quick, we don't have problems.
Do any of your other coworkers though go that extra mile and say, when I call you and you'll say, oh, Pam, man, hey, I can run to Sam's and get you those cups or to-go containers. I'll go to Sam's, get you some, bring them to you.
There's not very many out there that will do that.
But you do that.
I do. And the reason I do that is because the way I look, and I run all my route this way, you know, as long as they're partners, and the majority of the 63 are partners with me, and that means they're buying the majority of the stuff from SGC. What I do is, if you're a partner customer, you call me and say you need something, I'm gonna figure out a way to get it taken care of. If I can't figure it out the next day, I'll do it the next day.
Right.
But I'm not gonna be one that says, well, your truck will be back through on Tuesday. It's not happening.
Well, and you know, and we're all human. We make our orders. Oh, shoot. I forgot to order hamburger buns. Oh. Hey, Gabe. Mm-hmm. Yes, Pam. I said, guess what? We forgot to order buns. Did you get anything else? Nope, just the buns. Then a little bit later, hey, Gabe, oh, what else did you forget? He says.
Well, I got to say, just on my side of things, when Pam was out for a little bit, I kind of stepped in and helped a little bit, and they ran out of something, and I had your number, and I got a hold of you. And even me and you, we didn't really have much of a working relationship at that point, but at that same time, you still treated me as if I was Pam. I've been the one dealing with you all the years, and that was an instant thing with me. It was just...
Makes it easier, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Well, and I appreciate that. And like I say, you know, I take care of my customers, and that's the key, is to make sure that you guys, you know, and especially like in my other accounts are mostly independent restaurants. So they're family-owned mom and pop restaurants. So they rely on me to keep their business going, to keep their income coming in.
Right.
So if I put myself in their shoes and I'm like, well, if I didn't have buns,
yes,
and I needed buns, then what am I going to do if my sales guy can't help me out? So I try to help out as much as I can on that. So.
Well, it's appreciated.
No, I know, and I appreciate you guys.
It's appreciated,
you guys really
big
are.
time.
Yeah, great.
So what are some of the downsides to being a food salesman?
So the downsides, there's a lot of moving parts. During COVID, we were having it, and I hate to bring that word up, but
I know it was bad.
During that time, it was a very stressful time for everyone involved in food business, and we would go up and we would wrap pallets for the loaders at night. And I'd never been up there. I'd never been to when I worked for the other company, I'd never been to the warehouse to watch them actually put the food on the truck.
Right.
It's insane. I mean, there's forklifts zipping back and forth.
Right.
There's guys with stickers all over them, and they're sticking the things on. So there's a lot of moving parts. So there is some frustration on if a truck's short something, or you get boudin balls instead of buns,
Right.
which happens.
Yeah, when they label them wrong.
But the thing is, and at the end of the day, it's, do we take care of our customer? Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to take care of our customers. So that's the main thing, is if you take care of your customers.
And during the COVID time, it was like, oh, sorry, we don't have that right now because they're not running that line and making that product right now.
It was stressful. That
was hard.
stressful. But we're on our way out, and everything's looking good. And, you know, like, food inflation's pricing's way up right now.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
That was
it is.
one of my
I mean,
questions.
and that's nothing we can hide from. I mean, it is what it is, and what we got to do is educate. Like me and you sit down and we did the menu together,
Right. Right.
and we figured out the price.
Right.
You know, we try to stay at 33%,
Yeah.
and that's the key. You know, if we can stay
But,
there, we're
you
gonna
know,
be
and
making
then
money.
when all of a sudden all these chickens die and they're not producing enough eggs, okay, then the price of eggs goes through the roof, and
Yep.
you're like, oh my gosh, but I got to have eggs.
Yep, and I can almost, you know, and
I'm just using, I don't know that chickens have died. I'm just saying.
Right. Well, you know, and then the bird flu comes. But you can watch this a year from now, and you can.
Oh,
check me,
yeah.
but probably in February, eggs will go up,
Yeah.
and then March they'll keep going up, and then by Easter they're way up,
Right.
and then right after they start falling.
Yes.
So, and it's usually
Every
bird
year.
flu about that time of year.
Yeah.
So it's being in this business, I've kind of learned the market on how things go. Now there's always unexpected stuff,
Right.
but you can kind of judge but as long as you're priced right on your menu, you're
You'll
going to
be
be fine.
okay.
You're going to be fine.
So how often are you working on that, adjusting your price?
So it used to be, it was twice a year. So you do it first part of the year, second part of the year.
And second part of the year.
And then you really need to be doing it once a quarter at least,
Yeah.
just to check it. So you might not have to change anything, but just to check to see that you're right priced on it. So it's changed a little bit because there's more fluctuation, and I think it has a lot to do with the shipping, getting it to our building. You know, freight cost goes up to us. We got to pass it.
Well, and when, you know, my husband's a truck driver.
Yes,
When fuel goes up, guess who's going to pay for that?
the end user.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
The end person that's buying the products
Yep.
are going to pay for that higher fuel price because you've got to charge. They're going to charge you more to deliver it to you, so you got to charge more to deliver it to us, and it's just
It's a spiral.
yeah.
And but there has been, you know, I talk about inflation, and it's softening up a little bit, but food really needs to take a big
A
dive.
big drop, yes.
And we're talking on main things like you said, eggs, which eggs are good right now, but you
Right.
got to watch the produce, because produce always has to do with the weather.
Yep.
So weather is really, and those produce buyers, hats off to them, because those guys, my car is ours, and he's excellent. But they're about 3 weeks ahead of what they got to do. So
Right.
if they've had a lot of rain in California, then they'll go to another place. If they had, you know, dry weather, they'll have to go to another place. So it's an interesting deal. It's very, like I say, that's
Wow.
a lot of stuff for him. But yeah.
Is this why it's so tough to run a restaurant business?
Yes, and you know, there's, especially like if you were opening an independent restaurant,
Oh.
what's hard about that is you've got lease payment, you got electric,
Utilities.
so you've got
Your overhead.
you've got an overhead of a break even, and that's including labor as well, of a lot of money. And people see a restaurant that's really, really busy, but if they're not priced on it on their menu, they're going to be in trouble.
They're going to be hurting.
They're going to be selling a ton of food, but it's not doing them justice because we're not making them successful.
Wow.
So
Lot to it.
Yeah.
Go
there's a
ahead,
lot.
Nate.
So I was gonna say, with especially like the way the market changes with prices of food and everything, how do you kind of stay up on them food trends and where you see things going, and then especially with like your consumers, like, here we have quick appetizers and burgers and all that, but at your more, say, an upscale restaurant, their food, what they're needing is totally different than what we need. So how do you kind of...
So basically on the trends, I'm a foodie. I mean, I love food. Pam knows this. Pam's a foodie too. We love food, and it's
Yes.
an easy thing to talk about. Everybody eats food.
Yes.
Everybody wants good food. So why wouldn't we, put out the best product that we possibly can? I have probably 80 cookbooks at home
Oh my
that
gosh.
I'll flip through, and I'll get ideas. If somebody calls me out of the blue and says, "Hey, I need a special," Pam will call me
Yep.
about VIPs. The VIPs are
Yep.
huge. I love them. I love them, and it's cool because you get to do something outside of what you normally
do. Yes.
and people that are the VIPs get to come in and enjoy that, and that's an awesome thing that Prairie Moon puts together. That's really cool.
yes,
so-
they enjoy it.
Yes.
Must say, our VIPs are... They're always talking about the meals. Like,
Oh, what are we having this
yeah,
week?
Yeah.
I'm about to say...
Hey, Nate, are we having roast again?
Yeah.
Can we have some roast again?
But and another thing, that's a good thing to judge your people on. Hey,
Yeah, for the
do
menu.
do we need to put that on the menu? now?
Yes.
And that's kind of a good way to do trends. LTOs are very good for restaurants to do because you can try a boudin ball or a muncher and not have it on your menu, but you can still see how it's going to be reacted, and then the menu comes, and then you say, "Hey, those went really well. We need to put those on that."
Our employees, let me tell you, with those
Yeah.
munchers,
Yeah.
they were buying them way before.
Yeah.
Little cheesy tater tots.
Yes.
I'm telling you,
These things are really good.
They'd say, "Can we please buy an order? Can we please?" I said, "They're not on the menu yet." "Well, can you just ring up French fries and give me the potato munchers?" I said, "Sure, that's what we'll do."
yeah.
So I went through on my lands.
and sometimes
case.
sometimes it's I'd love to say that everything's 100%. Everything I bring in, everybody's like, "Woohoo, that's great."
Yeah.
But it's not.
But it's
They're,
not.
Munchers, appetizer. I like appetizers because, to sell an appetizer for somebody to come in and get an appetizer, it just is. It kind of shows what the kitchen can do. So if you guys are coming to Prairie Moon, start off with an appetizer. Start off with a draft beer
Right?
or a mixed drink,
And then have a nice steak.
and then have a nice steak.
Yep.
Baked
And
potatoes.
Yes, and that's
Good.
And those steaks are
On
phenomenal.
my lands.
Yeah.
Everybody that has a steak, I'm going to tell you, Gabe, every customer that has a steak, this is what I hear. "Oh, my lands, that's the best
Mm-hmm.
sirloin steak I've ever had."
Yep. Yeah,
And I'm said, "Yeah, they're really good,
They're
aren't they?"
really good.
And they're really good.
Yes.
They're
That
they are,
marinated.
yeah.
Oh, my lands are good.
and then back on the trends.
James, have you had a steak?
Yes, they're great.
They are great.
Absolutely, yeah.
Another thing on the trends and basically how the market goes, a big trend that's going on right now is people want to know where their food comes from.
Yes,
They
true.
want to know where their
True.
food comes from.
True.
So if you don't have a clean label right now, it's a tough sell. You need to have clean labels, which we got shrimp now that has no polyphosphates in it. So it's phosphate free.
Right.
And it's just a peace of mind for people.
Right. And people are more aware of that nowadays.
Yes, and a lot of and you're going to see more of a few years ago it was organic.
Yep.
And I think you're going to go more towards away from the organic, and you're going to be locally grown. It's just that's my opinion, of course. But
The food preparation, I'm sorry. I never see this trend ever going down. Fried foods.
no,
I don't care if your doctor told you you're going to have a stroke if you eat a French fry tomorrow. That person's going to go eat a French fry because doctor told him he couldn't have one. He loves them, so
Absolutely.
he's going to go eat one.
absolutely.
Fried foods are just delicious.
That's like especially in Oklahoma. I'm from Missouri.
Same thing,
Born
though.
and raised, and it's the
Yeah.
same thing over there. Correct.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Fried chicken, chicken
about to
fried
say,
steak.
Missouri
Northwest
born and raised
Arkansas,
too,
you
so.
put the 4-state area.
Yeah.
It's all fried food. And
Yeah.
It's do you want white gravy or brown gravy?
Right, right.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
is there a brown gravy? I only knew of white gravy. Yeah.
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 So, but yeah, it's a fun job, and I enjoy it, and I love Prairie Moon partnering up with them because
We
it's
have
fun.
fun.
It's fun to come in here.
We have fun.
You know, my job is stressful, and there's times that my phone will ring, and I know it's going to be a tough call or a tough conversation that has to be had, and we might have them in here,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, we're all working towards the same goal.
I like it when you come in, you're all happy and set your stuff down on the table, getting ready to help us with the order and stuff. Your phone starts ringing, you look at it, go, no, not right now. And I say, no, go ahead, you can take it. You know, we can wait.
That's
No, it can wait.
Yeah. Well, I'm with Pam. You know, like I say, I'd say you, Gene, Jim Knott.
Yeah, oh,
Or
Jim, yes.
some of my longest standing customers. And,
Yes.
You know, they're all.
talking
It's
about
probably good.
knots?
Yeah, it's probably a good thing that Jim and I don't work together.
Can
my
you do that
lands.
one day?
No,
I would come up there and just watch that.
it would be fun though. Jim's a hoot.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Susan's the best.
Yes, she is.
Susan's salt of
Yes,
the earth.
she is.
They're both great
good people. Yes.
Well, and all my customers. I mean, all my customers are very, very good. And like I say, at the end of the day, they rely on me for their income.
Well,
And that's a
I'll
lot of
back
pressure.
up. I'll back up. I don't think it was a customer calling you that day. I think it was probably a boss. And you were like, no.
If my boss is watching
Not
this,
again.
it wasn't you.
Yes.
I promise.
We can edit that part out, you know.
I'm just trying to throw him under the bus.
But
a little
another
bit.
thing is, like I sit back and I go into all kitchens and I watch to see what comes out and what comes back in. And when I'm sitting in there and I spend some time back there, but
Right.
when I see your guys' food goes out and you eat with your eyes first, your guys' food is top notch. I mean, just the look at, I might not be eating that day, but I can just see a steak go out or a cheeseburger go out or a pulled pork nacho go out. And those things look phenomenal. And it's like, man, I wish I didn't have to run to my next stop, but it looks that good. And that's what I'm saying. That's, if you
Go back to that
if you
again.
haven't came here,
About
you need
eating
you
with
need to
your
come.
eyes.
Yes, eating with your eyes.
People don't understand that, but everybody does it.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the food before you taste it. So in your mind, you've already decided whether it's good or not.
So much that people are using their phones now.
Absolutely.
I'm about to
Yes.
say that is a huge thing, is
Yes.
taking the photos before they eat. I have
Yes.
a 14-year-old. Any meal we go to, if we go out to dinner, she wants to take a photo of her plate, but then she needs to take a photo of everybody else's plate before we can eat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's I watch Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen a lot, and I get a lot of ideas from it. It's pretty cool, but and it's interesting to see because their kitchens are a lot different. The way he runs the kitchen's a lot different because it's a brigade system, and I don't have too many brigades. I think I got 2 brigades that are actually brigades, but he. When they bring him up the signature dishes that they make at the first, and he goes, "That looks like a dog's dinner." It just cracks me up every time, and it does. I mean, but he's impressing to him that you eat with your eyes, and that's why I mean.
Presentation.
And like I say, you guys do an amazing job here of making your food
It has
look
to
good
look
and
good.
taste good.
Right. Thank you.
Yes,
I think my cooks do a great
they
job.
do an awesome job.
Very
They do an
good.
awesome job. Like I say, Paige probably makes one of the best grilled cheeses I've ever seen.
It just
I
looks
mean, every time I see her make a grilled cheese, I'm like, I don't know what I'm having for dinner.
Yeah. But then it don't look and taste like hers, does it?
No,
Nope.
it doesn't.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I should hate cheese. When she makes grilled cheese, they just look. I'm like, man, I'm willing to have some stomach aches for that. Like,
They're beautiful.
she does a really good job.
They're beautiful.
She does
and
do a
Mary,
good
Mary
job.
does a great job.
Yes, she
Brenda,
does.
all of them back there do a tremendous job. And they,
Yep.
all of them. So, that. And the thing is like everybody welcomes me when I come in the kitchen. When I hit the front door, even the security guys. I mean, they greet me with "Hello, how are you?" How's
Yes.
your week going? I mean,
Did you bring any samples?
Yes, that's why you've made friends with security. You
Well,
know,
heck
they
yeah.
get them
Hey,
samples.
and you know, so what? Sometimes those samples, that's what they're for.
And that's what Jesse's already told me. Hey, Gabe brought samples today. I said he did. He goes, yeah. Can we
Yeah.
have some? I said, no, right now.
Yeah, I actually brought some fries today. So, but anyway,
Thank you.
well, thank you guys. Thanks for having me. We'll have
I'm
to
about
do
to
it
say, I
again.
appreciate the time.
Next
and-
time I'll bring steaks.
Okay.
That's a good idea, Gabe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll do another show with you.
absolutely.
Yes.
You're more
absolutely.
than welcome back.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you guys for having me. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. That's the end of another episode of Over the Moon. Catch us on YouTube and Facebook. Good show, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.